Hello there, folks. I'm Dan Brown from a sort of interesting life.com. You're joining me on board good old Narrowboat Tilly, and this evening, as I'm recording this at just gone midnight, I am trying to keep my voice nice and low as we have my general birthday message. And really, I just wanted to do almost like a time capsule video so that in years to come I can look back to what I was thinking in the approach to my 29th birthday and just really talk about life and talk about plans and what's going on and the past and just have a nice little calm quiet chat this evening, I suppose. So as I say, if you're watching this video, it must be either my birthday on the 23rd of April, my 29th birthday's 23rd of April 2016, so you must be watching this then or after that time, so hello to people of the future, especially if you're watching this like, I don't know, a decade down the line, so somehow you've ended up here with this video. Hello and thanks for tuning in. What am I doing these days? Who knows? So this is going to be a bit of a sprawling video. We're going to talk about a few different topics and that, and just sum up life. So, as I've said in many videos over the last few years, I've been on board Narrowboat Tilly coming up for 4 years this year, and it's been an absolutely fantastic time. So, hello future Dan, remember how good it was when you had Narrowboat Tilly? Of course you do, because you're watching it right now, and I've said so many times about all the tiny little moments that are just absolutely beyond count. How many tiny moments, from opening the curtains and seeing random wildlife outside to opening the back door and hopping on my bike on these incredible beautiful summer's mornings or winter's mornings, freezing cold hands on my bike, heading to work before 7 in the morning. It's been an absolutely fantastic time, and it's beyond comprehension how much I have enjoyed this experience with Narrowboat Tilly. But, my friends, the Narrowboat Tilly and Dan era is now coming to an end. As many of you may know, I recently said that I was thinking about selling Narrowboat Tilly, and then I posted on Facebook recently about, right, yes, I'm definitely going to sell Narrowboat Tilly, and this is the important thing. Although I haven't got another boat in mind yet, I haven't seen another boat that I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to sell Tilly and get that boat straight away. That doesn't mean that I don't love boat life and that I'm going to turn my back on the canals forever and start an anti-canal YouTube channel and basically take everything all very much to the opposite end of the spectrum and start talking about how rubbish boats are. So don't worry about that, as the Facebook post in particular that I posted on this topic has it's just been unbelievable to see the reaction. I mean, there's literally, I believe at the moment, there's at least 160 comments just on that Facebook post, along with all the reaction and messages that I've had from people, and when I mentioned it in the YouTube video, all the incredible response there. So thank you so much for your advice and opinions, and even the people who are telling me it's a massive mistake. It's all important stuff for me to consider, and like I say, I'm not taking this decision lightly at all. So that's really where I am in life at the moment. I think what's going to happen basically is next month in May, I'm going to take Tilly to a marina and leave her there to be sold. And so then anybody who wants to go and see her can go to the marina and deal with the people at the marina themselves, rather than me have to obviously get to and from the boats if I'm going to work and arrange things like that. So basically, what I think is probably going to be, I don't know, instead of trying to predict the future, let's just talk about what potential plans there may be going forwards. Now, I suppose really, let's start with why. So I've decided really that this is just the time to move on, really. I mean, I've got no grudges against Narrowboat Tilly. I mean, I absolutely love this boat, and as you know, the amount of great times and the endless, again, the impossible amount of time and moments and incredible experiences that me and Tilly have had together have been just fantastic. So again, there's nothing, I'm not saying anything bad about Narrowboat Tilly, because I love her and she's enabled me to live a life beyond anything I could have ever dreamed of, to be completely honest. When I actually look at it sensibly, it makes me not want to sell her, but I feel that this is just the right time and the right decision really to make for my proper sort of more long-term future prospects. So for example, if suddenly I needed to get a second person on board to live full-time on board Tilly with me, then that would be something that would be extremely difficult, I think, to do on a 30-foot boat that's only got about 15 foot of indoor space. So you can imagine again that that's the sort of future proofing that I've got to look at and contemplate exactly what I want to do. And like I say as well, that the fact that I haven't got a second boat lined up to move straight into or anything doesn't mean anything really. It doesn't mean, oh, I'm never going to see the canal again and it's all rubbish and who wants to float around in muddy water or anything like that. As again, I just love everything that I've been able to do over the last 4 years or so. So that's the first thing to really say. And like I say, what I'm really thinking and planning at the moment is, along with the announcement of selling Tilly on the announcement of selling Tilly, I also wrote in that same Facebook post about I'm going to stop writing, or not so much stop writing, I think I worded it poorly, to be honest, as I basically am just taking a break from releasing any new books for the rest of the year. And even since saying I was stopping writing last week, I think it was, I've still ended up doing more writing since then. So it's obviously, again, it would be stupid for me to go, well, I enjoy writing, right, I'm going to stop writing, and not do it just for the sake of enjoying it. So really, the whole idea of that, and this is all going to tie in together hopefully very soon in this video, and you'll start to understand. Sorry, I'm a bit uncomfortable here for some reason. Sit up cross-legged here. Ah, lovely. Right, let's start our meditation session. The idea with selling Narrowboat Tilly and stopping publishing books and all this sort of stuff is all just about planning and preparation, and just basically taking a moment to try and make all the difficult decisions all together. And I'm looking for a second job as well, as some of you may also know from Facebook. So I'm just trying to grasp the nettle, and instead of doing loads of little half steps into edging slowly into the next step and the next adventure in life, I'm trying to just do everything in one go, grasp the nettle, take the pain, make all the difficult decisions that I've been trying to put off or deciding not to do, like I say, sell the boat, stop publishing books, get a second job, and all of these things basically I'm trying to do together so that after it's all happened, hopefully over the next couple of months, I'll be able to figure out exactly where I am in life. I've sold Narrowboat Tilly and know exactly how much money she went for and how much I've got in the bank and what I might be doing in terms of work, 1 or 2 jobs, etc. So I'll be able to actually look at my life properly and go, well, this is the amount of time I've got, this is what I can do with that time, this is the money that I've got, this is what I can do with that money. Do I want to get another boat straight away? Do I want to take a few months off just not doing anything? Do I want to go off on like a little adventure somewhere? Do I want to go travelling properly? Like, all of these decisions that I've said many times I've been like sort of storing up and thinking about in preparation for my 30th birthday, I've basically brought that deadline forwards a little bit, almost just naturally, by feeling somehow that inherently this is just the right time. It's time for change, and it's not the sort of thing that you can plan for, and it's not the sort of thing like, I didn't think, oh right, in 3 weeks' time I'm going to wake up and start thinking more and more, well, you know what, I think this is the time to change. I think this might be the time to let Tilly go and move on to new pastures and see what happens and see what boats are available and all that sort of stuff. So again, it's all just figuring it out. It's just, that's all that it is. It's just trying to make a load of changes in my life right now and move back to town. And basically, you know, there was a beautiful thing that somebody said. It's not a beautiful thing at all, really, but there's just something that sums up my life and the perception that people have of me who are around me in like close proximity, I suppose. Then there was one of my friends who said, oh, if you sell Tilly, what are you going to do? And before I had a chance to say, well, basically, I'm going to effectively move back in with my mum for as long as it takes to move on to whatever the next adventure happens to be. But she beat me to it, and she's like, well, you'll just be anywhere knowing you. And it was basically just a recognition of this crazy thing, and it's something I've said in the past, that there's people who accused me of, oh, you're not a real boatie, you always go to your mum's and all that sort of stuff. And I mean, the fascinating thing, and what I've always said, is that people don't get that I don't spend loads of time at my mum's house. I spend loads of time at my friends' houses, and that's where if you wanted to say I'm not a real boater, it's my friends' houses, not my mum's house, that you should be accusing me of spending all my time at, and particularly where my friends used to live up at Western Rin, right next to the canal. So basically, there's just all of these different things happening and going on, and I don't really know what's going to happen over the next few months. And I think that I want to take just a couple of months away from everything and just concentrate on working overtime and just basically building up that bank account to figure out, right, how much have I got and what can I do with it? When can I do that with that? And just, again, figuring it out. It's all about figuring it out and making all these decisions together and trying to work on them all in one big go is my way of trying to go, right, this is drawing a line under the Dan and Tilly era and setting us up over the next few months for the Dan plus insert object, person, boat, adventure, location, or what have you. And again, just figuring it out. Sorry for the break in the video there. I needed a quick drink and it is extremely warm on board once again. Well overstacked the fire, unfortunately, but well, luckily we've only got a thin layer on here. So I think as well, something that I should really just clarify as well, that the reason I've decided, I think, to stop publishing the books is just to give me that little bit of extra time and breathing space, as even though the books I release are only short, quick reads that you could sit down and read in a couple of hours very often, it's the fact that I end up writing so much more than actually goes into the end final book that you read, that really sort of, that makes it far more work than it might seem when you read these books. But also, the fact that I've tried to release them for the last 3 years or so, every 6 months, means that there's very rarely any proper downtime where I'm not feeling some sort of oh yeah, I just want to get a bit more done, just want to get a bit more done. And then in that run up to actually releasing the books and getting the final copy out for my nan to proofread, and then sitting down with her for hours and hours and coming back later after I've done more work on it and then going back with another draft and that sort of stuff, it's there's an awful lot of work, and I love it, I really enjoy it, but it's also something that I have to really factor in and plan all sorts of different things around. And particularly when it comes to YouTube, I've also decided that going forwards I want to be personally less in front of the camera and spend more time in these videos actually showing you the outdoors and showing you things, so that ultimately, instead of you having to watch me talk about the great outdoors for, I don't know, 2 minutes and then showing it to you, you just see the outdoors with me talking over it and do more videos like that. I'm not saying I'm not going to be doing my reviews of podcasts and books and things like that to camera, and I think that doing those is the perfect format, just being able to talk to the camera for a couple of minutes about some simple topics. But really, I want to try and get more and more actual good outdoors and beautiful scenery and things that are of interest and of use to you, more so than my faces, hopefully. So, really speaking, I'm hoping again that by taking the pressure off not releasing any books for the rest of the year, I'm hoping that that's going to mean that I've got more time and I'm freer to try and make more good videos. I've always said that I'm really pleased with the way that the Dan's Narrowboat Life documentaries turned out, and again, the amount of work and time involved in putting those together was absolutely incredible. So by not having the pressure of trying to constantly write and get things ready for a deadline to publish a little book here and there every 6 months or so, I'm hoping that's going to give me more time to create more of these more complex, better YouTube videos. And again, as I've always said as well, that one of the videos that I'm most pleased with, because to be honest, there's over 1,000 videos that I've done on this channel now, which is a ridiculous number, and there's very few of those videos that I feel I'm really proud of and I really think, God, I wish more people would look at this. But the Becoming the Narrowboat Man short film that I made is really a video that I absolutely love, and I watch it myself every now and then, and it's just the perfect... It's just... Sorry, I think I heard voices, ghostly voices outside there. But the Becoming the Narrowboat Man short film, which I'll leave a link to in the description, is something that it just so perfectly caught the essence of my boat life and my thoughts and feelings on boat life when I made it last year. And it's something that I absolutely love because it's, again, that time capsule, and it sort of helps to explain and hopefully give you more insight into my life and what makes me tick and why I love boating and all this so much. So please do check that out. But it's more videos like that I want on this channel, rather than just me going, right, I'm got to do something, and unfortunately, because I've got this writing to do, I'm going to have to make it a little bit shorter, or it's going to have to be not quite as well edited with as many clips, because I can't run off down the towpath and get to this location to film at. And basically, I just want to be able to enjoy YouTubing even more, but also not just totally pile on the workload to try and cram in with not only obviously doing the YouTube videos every week, but also doing the writing and releasing the books every 6 months. But as time goes on, going forwards, I don't want to also pile on the pressure by trying to work like more than double the part-time hours I've done over recent times. So again, that's the sort of thing, and that's all sort of all-consuming change that I'm trying to make to basically, like I say, set up my life to have a better, sort of more solid long-term future with, I don't know, whatever the plan ends up being. And whatever I go for and whatever I do, I want to be in a position that I can do it to the best of my ability and with the most sort of comfortable sort of security that I possibly can. Whether that's basically financial from taking a moment out, working as much as I possibly can and that sort of stuff, or whether that's in terms of taking the time out and having time to think over a couple of months, right, what do I actually want to do? What's the best thing to do? Are they the same things? Are they different things? If I do what I want to do rather than what the most sensible decision is that going to create problems further down the line? And if I change what I want like 2 or 3 years down the line, is that going to be something that I can never come back from? And again, there's so much to contemplate and so much to think about. That's why I really I'm so happy to have had all of these opinions and thoughts that people have thrown out to me since saying I'm going to sell Narrowboat Tilly, and there's no real plan at the moment of going, right, quick, there's a boat, I'm going to buy that immediately, or oh, I'm going to quickly run off and tour around America for 6 months, or anything like that. Oh, ducks kicking off outside there. Sorry about that. I had a genuine shock of, oh, that was a bit of a Ricky Gervais moment almost. So, like I say though, it's just about trying to be as sensible as possible and trying to do not only something that I enjoy and that I want to do, but make sure that it's actually a decision that's going to be leading to a sustainable future. So really, I'm going to end this video here before I just ramble on and on and on and on and on, as I have done already, unfortunately, as I could just talk endlessly about this topic, because until X amount of months down the line this year, I'm not really going to have an answer to it myself. So, on that note, I will say thank you so much to everybody for tuning into these videos. Thank you for all of the feedback from all of the different places around the world that people tune in from. I mean, it's just beyond humbling. So, thank you again for just absolutely everything. I mean, I'm here now. As I say, if you're watching this, that means I must be at least 29 years old at this point, and who knows what on earth I'm doing when you're watching this video, and where on earth the future will take all of us. So, as I say so many times, thank you so much for watching. Please do consider checking out my short boat life Kindle books. You'll find links to those in the description. Repeat it with me, people. You'll also find links to my short audiobook, The Narrowboat Lad, which you might even get for free on Audible. So check out the links to that on Audible and iTunes in the description below. And of course, as always, feel free to add me on Facebook or Twitter if you want to see loads of boaty pictures and general updates from life afloat. Until the next time though, and this is the part you can really repeat with me, have an absolutely fantastic day, keep it boat worthy, and of course, farewell.